The UN has significantly reduced its numbers on the amount of Palestinian women and children killed in the war in Gaza. Last week, the death tolls for women and children were cut nearly in half. The UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs says it does not produce or verify data independently. Instead, casualty figures are provided by the Ministry of Health or the government media office in Gaza, which are run by Hamas. The agency also receives some numbers from Israeli authorities. The UN maintains the numbers await further verification and says other yet-to-be-verified figures are also sourced. A UN deputy spokesperson was asked how the numbers could change so drastically.
The revisions are taken, as we, of course, in the fog of war, it's difficult to come up with numbers. We get numbers from different sources on the ground, and then we try to cross-check them. As we cross-check them, we update the numbers, and we'll continue to do that as that progresses.
Last week, the UN reported 9,500 women and 14,500 children were killed. Now the updated numbers show less than 5,000 women and less than 8,000 children. Pressed on why the change was so significant, he responded with this.
Numbers get adjusted many times over the course of a conflict. Once the conflict is done, we'll have the most accurate figures. But we're just going with what we can absolutely confirm, which will always be the low end of what the numbers are.
An unnamed Israeli official who spoke to Fox News had their own explanation for the conflicting numbers. Israel has repeatedly said the numbers coming out of Gaza, and which are being echoed by UN agencies by Hamas, are not accurate and do not reflect the reality on the ground. Israel claims more than a third of Palestinians killed are combatants. However, numbers from the Hamas-controlled health ministry have been cited by world leaders and humanitarian organizations. The UN's explanation did not lay out why the Gaza Health Ministry's numbers may have changed. But David Adesnik from the Foundation for Defense and Democracies believes the UN's updated numbers reveal a new methodology that does not rely as heavily on the Gaza Health Ministry, though how and why the changes were made remain unclear. Adesnik says this change may signal that the UN has finally recognized the lack of evidence behind Hamas's original claims. He called the change a step forward for the UN, but still questioned whether the numbers can be trusted in the future. For more stories on the war in Gaza and others, download the Straight Arrow News app and visit our website at san.com.